Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Daily Video Devo. Rene here, and I am so excited to preview for you in this Devo a brand new sermon series that I have the privilege of launching in all of our weekend services this weekend. It's called God's Guide to God, and I really think this is one of the most important things we can talk about these days. This isn't a series about proving the existence of God. It's a series about discussing what God is like. Is God a he? Is God a she? Is God an it? Is God a they? Is God not even personal? Is God more of a force a la Star Wars and Jedi Knights? How do we know? This is a very important thing to discuss. Christian author and theologian A.W. Tozer made a stunning claim. He said, "What comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us." Really? The most important thing? He would argue absolutely. Because of this truth, we become like what we worship. Tozer went on to write, "We tend by some secret law of the soul to move toward our mental image of God." He says, were we able to extract from anyone a complete answer to the question, what comes to mind when you think about God, we might predict with certainty the spiritual future of that man. Put another way, what you think about God will shape the destiny of your life. If you think of God as angry and mean and kind of the big fundamentalist up in the sky, then that's what you are going to be like. If you think of him as more concerned that everybody follows the rules and is correct and right more than anything else, then those will become your priorities. And any terrorist that bases his actions on his religion has that kind of an image of God. If you think of God as a distant force who doesn't care about us, that's going to affect your confidence. That's going to affect how you treat other people. What you think about God is really the most important thing about you because it changes everything about you. So how do we know what God is like? Well, in this brand new series, God's Guide to God, we'll be talking about Exodus chapter 34, verses 6 and 7. These are the most quoted verses in the Bible by the Bible. And here's what they're all about. God, up on Mount Sinai, it says, came down in a cloud and proclaimed his name, the Lord, and then listen to this description, the compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger and abounding in love and faithfulness, maintaining love to thousands and forgiving wickedness, rebellion, and sin. Yet he does not leave the guilty unpunished. This, God's self-disclosure statement, is what we're going to be discussing for the next several weeks at church. We're going to take each one of those characteristics that God describes himself as and spend an entire week on each one, digging into God's guide to God. I hope you can join us. Starting this weekend, we're going to be live in person Saturday, 6 p.m. indoors, Sunday, 9 a.m. indoors, Sunday, 11 a.m. outdoors, and live streaming at all the usual times. Hope you can join us this weekend. God bless you.